Hello, I'm Ben. Welcome to the channel. So today we're going to talk about the opposite side of the argument. We talked about Billy Carson recently, and the person that he lost the argument to that was so dramatic that's got it up in arms everywhere is a gentleman named Wesley Huff. And one of the things I see in the comments is people act like they're equals. They're not. One gentleman is actually educated in what he was speaking about, and that's Mr. Huff. And another gentleman is just a straight grifter and false, and that's Mr. Carson. So just to give you a quick introduction to Wesley Huff and who he is, and the degrees he holds is what I was most interested in. He holds a BA in sociology from York University, a master's in theological studies at Tyndale University, and is currently completing a PhD on the New Testament at the University of Toronto's Wycliffe College. So he's worked for 5 years as a writer, researcher, and speaker, and he is basically a leader of apologetics, and that's what he does professionally. So that's the piece I think people might not understand. What is apologetics and what is that all about? Basically, apologetics is the religious discipline of defending religious doctrines through systematic argumentation and discourse. So basically, early Christian writers from 120 to 220 who defended their beliefs against critics and recommended that their faith to outsiders was called Christian apologetics at that time, and that practice is still useful today here in the 21st century. And that is what this gentleman does for a living. So I wanted to put that out there because what we do sometimes when we're dealing with arguments, we pick a side instead of being objective and standing back and see who's qualified to do what and say what, as opposed to picking a side and saying he said, she said. In the end, one person's qualified and the other person isn't. So you're welcome to believe whatever you choose to believe, but just know, if you're choosing to believe someone that's not qualified, has no education or no training in a certain subject matter, and you follow that person wholeheartedly, understand he's leading you down a path that is not truth. So you're going to lose that, and you're going to become a greater fool because you're listening to somebody that's not teaching you the actual truth. So I wanted to go ahead and do this follow-up video to the last two that we've done. This will be the last video on that subject matter because I think it's being overused at the moment, but I wanted to put this out there because the subject matter, I think, deserves some clarity, because people are wrong in assuming they're both two equal parts of the same coin. They absolutely are not. One gentleman is actually educated and knows what he's talking about and does so professionally. Another gentleman is just a person who claims a lot about himself online. So there you go. Hopefully this is useful. Hopefully this will save you some time from looking it up, and we'll see what comes next. I'm Ben. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Be good.